This next one is probably the one we use the most just because it is not gear intensive. It's very, very quick. People are very familiar with it. It involves tying a munter hitch and a monster munter tie-off. We prefer that versus the Munter-Mule just because with gloves, night vision, things like that, it's much easier to handle. It actually provides a much better securing device that, in our opinion, it requires a lot less tactile feel with if you're wearing gloves and it's cold and you're scared and stuff. So with that, we have videos on both of those techniques separately. So on this one, we'll kind of move through it very quickly. So once I have everything measured, right, I make sure that I hit my 3 points, that I have something for friction. I have a way that I can release that once I have it tied off under tension. And the last point is obviously safety. So when I do this, here's my munter hitch. I know that if something goes wrong, this is the orientation that I'll be lowering that person that's stuck on the rope. So from here, I do a monster munter tie-off, which means I go into a full break position. I have that oval piece, the rope going behind it on the back. Now it's going to go to the front on this one. This is what makes it the monster munter tie-off. From that point, a bite comes through the end. I take in as much as I want, and typically we'll just tie a big old overhand to be able to lock that off. So that is the monster munter tie-off. Once I have that, then we're pretty clear on how things are going. That cinches up. This is what everybody's repelling. The rest of the rope is in the bag. So at that point, to release them, I untie here. Critical point is I maintain control of this bite the whole way through. So once it's here, what's great is if you got a heavy load, I can literally belay you in a monster munter off of here. At that point, I typically take both those strands, take it into my other hand, and at that point, I'm good to go to be able to release that munter down. If we want this into a rig to raise, and I'll just tie this back up here to show that configuration. In a rig to raise, I will do the same thing that we've done on the other videos where I can go in at my point, up in my shelf, or if I have just a single point, I can even click that in here. This is actually going to go just like we did in the previous ones. I will load, in this case, my spock onto the loaded end of this. Be able to bring that up, click that into my carabiner, release that cam, push that down as far as I can. Then I will release my monster munter tie-off right onto this load, which is right there. At that point, I can remove this munter hitch because my progressive capture has that in there. And then build my 3-to-1, whether I'm using a rope man, and be able to bring them up.